The mission of Catholic Care is to build a stronger, kinder and more fair society. We help people in our local communities in a range of areas, including child protection, early intervention, youth services, homelessness services, refugee services, psychology and allied health, and we run a significant foster care program and supported independent living program in the out-of-home care space. We also provide community kitchens and a refugee hub. They receive no government funding and they've previously operated from our retained earnings. However, we've used those retained earnings and now we rely on donations from the community and or donations from the Catholic Community Fund. We have hundreds of volunteers. We couldn't do what we do in the food space or the refugee space without our volunteers. Volunteers in the community kitchens do everything from picking up the food to washing up, to cooking, to just being a friend of those who come and see us. And in the refugee space, the volunteers work in the areas of tutoring for students from schools, driving lessons, and just general casework support. There is a significant increase in demand in wintertime. This year is probably going to be even more. We've seen a serious demand for our Taree and foster community kitchens where we've had explosions of numbers in those areas and our other kitchens as well. People are doing it tough and really need some support from the local charities like Catholic Care across our local area. Look, our community kitchens are run by volunteer staff. They are doing a tremendous job in trying to keep up with the demand. Our donors are giving us lots of food and fresh produce, but what we really need is money. We take money to operate our community kitchens and particularly to pay our staff, and we really need some generous donors to dig deep and give us some money so we can continue to operationalise the community kitchens through a paid staff. Catholic Care works tirelessly in the local community and has massive impacts on people's lives. I think of a number of people who attend the Hamilton South Community Kitchen, which is in the Hamilton South Hall on Fowler Street. We've heard wonderful stories of our volunteers touching the lives of those who attend. Certainly it gives them a place to meet, a place to congregate, a place to find friends, and a place to access support through a soft entry process that we operate. Catholic has a significant impact on the people that attend our services. In Taree particularly, we're seeing a huge increase in families where we're seeing mum, dad and the kids living in cars, and a number of people living in a national park campsite with no hot water and no electricity, and families were coming into our community kitchen getting food. We were able to obviously feed the family in the first instance, but then make a referral to a soft entry point community housing provider, and that community housing provided housing for that family so they could get out of living in their car. The wonderful volunteers at the Refugee Hub help us with our learner driving service. We're funded to provide people with hours to go towards their licence, and our wonderful volunteers help them when they're on their Ls, give them their driving lessons so they can get their 120 hours. And we've seen a number of people graduate out of that program and move on to have their P plates. And that's significant because, as we know, a licence provides the opportunity for people to drive to work and get a job and thrive in the local community. Long-term success for Catholic Care looks like finding the right services for the right people who are in need across our local community. People should give to Catholic Care's Winter Appeal because we do a tremendous amount of work in our local community, making sure people have access to food, access to refugee programs, access to other services through our soft entry approach, and providing a gift before June 30 helps us help people in our local communities.